No, thanks. I don't.
You want anything? Mary Kay's. They have like sandwiches and soup and salads. So. I think rather something. Just, yeah.
It's really good. So keeping her, if you do it, but 1,000 tennis, you've got muscle in your baby. So they don't feel like doing that either. So I think we should call it muscle. All right, cutie, I need my coat. I know. Hi, Sven. You have a funny little face. So you're looking to elongate your trot?
Elongate my trot and understand my lateral work.
Okay.
I've never ridden a trained horse,
Right.
so I've been told lots of ways
What
to
you
do
got
it.
is what you created in someone else.
Yep,
And you do the same for all the work they do?
yep. And now I would like to know
Yeah.
that I am clear when I'm telling her what to
Okay.
do.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Because I think I'm
That's an
muddled.
issue for a lot of people.
I found it.
And for other ones, really explain it well, I think they want to teach it well, but it doesn't mean everybody got it. That's the issue. And Pirelli gets a bad name, not because Pirelli did everything wrong, but because the people that he pitched it to didn't necessarily get it right. And then it comes across as Pirelli doesn't work. Pirelli works fine as long as you get it. But if you
As long
don't
as you
get it,
understand that you're not just playing with your horse.
yeah, right. The play with the horse game didn't work, did it? So make it wait a second. Don't go running off. There you go. I hate when people get on their horse. Wasn't good. But you also made a huge move. You yourself. You went, ugh! And she said, well, that's uncomfortable. I'm out of here.
And I got on.
You were sitting there, and then I don't know what you did, but you made this huge yank with your body, and she did fine, I'm out of here. So that's the kind of body awareness you need to get, and it is something the Pirelli group teaches, but not everybody gets it. Like, a lot of my dressage students come to a halt, and then they rearrange their position and wonder why the horse doesn't stand still. Well, because they just did this big lurchy, jerky thing with their body. So get on and land gently. Nice and quiet. Good. Whoa, good. There's nothing you need to change, right? That's better. You notice she stood? You see her look around at you? She says, good, you got that right. So if you get on and make quick with your body that you didn't even know you did, I don't know what you were arranging, but if you get on and just sit there a moment and don't rearrange, then she doesn't have to start to react to a move you didn't know you made that you didn't mean to make. And so you make them learn to like being mounted. Like if you lifted your leg off my horse that much to the left, you went eat. My horse would assume it's coming back. Yes. When you went like that, my horse would assume you were about to do this. He would have yielded his rib cage and stepped aside. And yet that's how sensitive they are. So I don't want to make you inert, but I want you to understand that much of a move implies this. My horse would have lifted his rib cage and walked away. But you notice she's standing really quietly because your quiet pattern tells you to go. And now you can go. Okay. Good job. So be careful with every move you make. Look, like your right arm just went, whoop. You heard this before, Jan?
My right arm just went whoop.
Again, my horse would have stepped through the opening you made. So that's how sensitive they are. And I think this is where people get into a little mischief because they don't realize they're doing things. And then always it's Pirelli's fault because the system doesn't work. And that's not Pirelli's fault. Except they didn't catch you, maybe. But if you don't go to see them personally out there. So I think to understand why it works and how it works, you have to also understand any move you're making that overrides your message. So sit quietly. Imagine I have a lead weight in the heel of your boot, so your leg stretches down. There you go. And I don't care if you were up. Hey, you just did it again. You went like that. And I don't know what it meant, but I saw her ears go back and forth like, hello, you talking to me? You'll get it fixed. Yeah, fix it. But you don't want to make, I think you're a relatively physically strong person. And when you move, it's quick and strong. And you have to learn to be rubbery and loose like we were, like Kathy had to remember to sit loose and quiet today, and then the horse goes well. So don't make moves you don't mean, because she's always trying to interpret what you want. Like, did you want to go left? Did you want a leg yield from your right leg? Are you asking her to leg yield? What are you going to do about it? The first thing I would do is take my right leg off and make sure I wasn't pushing her. There you go. So you have to be aware of what she's up to and then make sure it's what you meant or fix it. So you had the right answer. You could fix it. But I didn't know if you noticed it. Right. And the thing is, take care of it. And it might have been because your right leg was just hanging a little heavier than your left one. This is good. Yeah, your right leg hugs and your left leg stays off. Take your right leg off, put your left leg on. Oh, there you go. And it went forward too, didn't it? So there is one of the basic principles. I don't care if it's Pirelli or the Spanish riding school. Straight makes forward.
Yes, I have more weight in my right foot.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that if you have more weight in the stirrup, she should come to the right. But if your right leg hugs her side a little better, ouch, you falls. If your right leg hugs her side very neatly, your left leg kind of goes on and off. That's asking her to step to the left, because you're making an opening with your left leg. Take your right leg off when you use your left one. There you go. So, right. So every aid goes on and off, on and off. If you want to say something, say it. Drop it. Say it again. If you put the leg on and just leave it hanging there, which your right leg was doing, she's going to keep walking left, because that's the message she's getting. Or she'll ignore it after a while. If you're trying to make her go, she'll ignore it. But so the idea is, and if you need to cluck at her a lot, that's not good, because it means she's not answering you. So, and that's the only bad thing about me being able to hear you, is I can hear what you're saying that ain't happening. So you're going cluck, cluck, and she's going, yeah, buzz off. You go cluck, cluck, and say, I told you buzz off. Say cluck, cluck, and she says, I ain't listening to you, but I saw it. So if I cluck, she goes. I'm not even on her, but she can hear me. She goes. Because when I cluck, it means go or I'll kill you. Get you. One. So put your hands a little bit down and together. Not a lot. I said a little bit, and you went, jump, jump. I meant a little bit. You need to learn to move in soft, smooth, small increments. You can fix them quickly if one isn't enough, but try not to snap. That's a good pony. Good pony. So you don't want to make a move that she doesn't need to listen to, and you don't want to let her not listen to move you meant to make. So would you describe her as basically a little bit lazy? Because I noticed she doesn't really go forward. Or is this just kind of quarter horse? Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of the times, if they've had any pleasure training, as far as I'm concerned, they're going backwards. Like I would like her, even as a quarter horse, do a little more go forward. Come on, doll. Step. There we go. Because if you're wanting a more long striding trot, we have to get more long stride at walk. And like our friend Chester can walk along a little short, but he doesn't because Kathy doesn't make him. He lets him go forward or makes him go forward. And then he has that lovely long striding trot. But it's because the walk was going. So does Pirelli teach to ride with your fingers open? But no. A lot of cowboys do, but I don't.
She's not an
Okay. Because the open finger, I don't think anybody teaches.
No.
You're not allowed to. Because the open finger does no good at all. Like with your hand open, sticking out past the rein, How could it possibly be giving her a signal? If your hand is closed on the rein, then you can move the rein and the rein will give you a signal. But if your hand is open, the rein will just change length. And so she's like, yeah, I don't gotta listen to her. But I see a lot of people that say they've had good cowboy training riding around with their fingers open. I'm not sure what they think they're doing. Well, let's walk the other way. So if you're going to turn, you need to look where you're going, right? There you go. If you look before you start to turn, she will feel it. If there are a bunch of horses out in the pasture, one horse has her back to everybody, puts her head up, they all go, oh, yeah, you're right. That's how much they sense. That's why the coyote didn't eat them. That's nice with your fingers. You don't need a white knuckle fist, but just a soft closed fist so you can keep the rein, and then you communicate by moving your arm or your hand, whatever you want to call it. So we go a little more forward. What would you do to ask her forward?
I would use leg.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think too. There you go. And you didn't need to click and she went. So that's good. I do cluck. When I cluck, it's loud and clear and they all move. But I don't use it just every moment. Get up, you. Put your right leg on, stuff her back over to the wall. Just bop with the foot. There you go. Very good. The left leg came off and she went over, right? I don't think she's dying to stay on the wall. But I don't really care what she's dying to do either. I don't believe she's afraid of the wall. I just think she thinks, well, that's a little inconvenient. Let's make a halt. Yeah. Uh-huh. That doesn't look much like a halt to me. And that looks like a halt and back. And she found, it was a very good release, and notice she stopped. And the other thing she did was she chewed on the bit. Mm-hmm. She said, I gotcha. Whether you meant for it to happen that way, she perceived she did something very good. So that's cool. Walk forward. You don't need to take her face, just go forward. Good. Good. So you didn't have to grab her face because she was already with you. But the halt was kind of not very good. We didn't ask for the back, but when you released it, she was really pleased with herself. She licked her chops and she said, wow, I got that. So I didn't mess with it because you're clucking like mad. I tell people, because I wear these radios, I tell people I live in an X-rated hen house, clucking and heavy breathing. So I know, and I think it's sort of a habit for you. You know, you're wishing her to go, so you're clucking and she's wishing you to shut up. Yeah, a nagging doesn't work. I don't nag, I just attack. But every once in a while my husband reminds me he's not my horse and I'm pointing nagging him. And let's make, yeah, move her over. Good, good, good. She did it well, eh? Except your fingers are wide open again. I don't know how a horse's mouth is very sensitive. And how can it trust a hand that's wide open that could suddenly slap shut? They don't. Let's make another whoa. So stop your seat. Whoa. Beautiful. Take off the pressure. Very good. She heard you, didn't she? See, and she's chewing again.
She is.
She says, I got this. Her eye got worried. She started to back. You dropped the rein. And instantly she chewed. She said, bingo, I got it. So that tells me how much she wants to get it. She does. So now close your legs and go forward. I would cluck in that situation because, now put your right leg on and put her back to the wall, because she kind of said, do I go or don't I? And I say, well, how about I reinforce that idea? So to make her go more forward, you can use your legs alternatingly, right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg. The idea is to use it in unison with her legs. So right, right, left, right, left, right. Doesn't have a lot of push from behind. That's why she doesn't go more forward. Like that looks like Chester before he's warmed up. There you go. Now she's going. Good. That's a walk, huh? And what it's interesting. We don't really know her whole history, but when she goes to walk forward, she doesn't really know where to start. But by using the alternating legs, we got the rear end going, and then she was like, good girl. I can do that. Very good. And it is possible that she's had some pleasure training. When they say don't go, don't go, don't go, don't go, make your step shorter and lower. The only pleasure horse I ever did much time with was a Massachusetts, many times state champion. She was champion every year with a grandmother on her. And the horse saw me once a week to do dressage work with her. The hunter work. I worked as a pony hunter. Forward, forward, low, forward, forward, low. And she went to one of my best friends for a dressage school once a week. That's all she ever got. And she won and won and won because we kept her mobile and active. And then when Granny rode her shortened, it was active and mobile but short. And she won and won and won and won and won. And the woman couldn't ride at all. But the horse went beautifully because she'd had the other training to go forward. So a little more forward. Tap, tap, little leg. Yeah, good. Good girl, good girl. Turn around and go the other way right there. Turn. Better. You looked and she got it, didn't she? That's why stop looking if you don't want to circle. Very good. So she heard you. Yeah. So I see your right rein saying something. I'm not sure what it was saying. But the other thing you have to remember is that the cowboy aid, the good Western riding, is really no more than you flick a finger and they answer you. But when they flick the finger, they do minusculely connect to the bit. When you go like this, you don't necessarily connect to the bit. If you bring it slightly back, it will connect it. There you go. And over she went, eh? So when you wave your hand sideways, she's like, yeah, she's waving her hand. Take back a tiny bit, and she's like, oh, I heard you. So if you, and I'm thinking from watching her, she's actually pretty schooled. And so when you want to give a signal, you got to remember to take back a bit so she gets a signal. Otherwise, it's just waving the rein around. And we talk about the weight of the rein, meaning the weight of our connection on the rein. And if you want to make a change, you have to change the weight of rein by taking back a little. And she went right to the wall for you. So I think her schooling is okay. I think, you know, and lack of, you know, and one of the things about teaching people to ride that I, as a professional, have to do is get rid of all of your instincts, because all of our instincts on a horse are wrong. And everybody's like, oh, don't hurt its mouth, don't hurt its mouth. Well, don't hurt its mouth, but be clear, be direct. To take back on the rein is what they understand. If you do it nicely, it doesn't offend them. So let's do one more stop. Boop, and give. Very good. Boop, and then drop. You can't hold her. Yeah. Because the only reward is the gift. Good girl. All right, she can walk again. Straighten her as you go. Right rein, walk on. There you go, good. Take your left leg and poke her on the shoulder if she's not going straight. Yeah, she's giving me the stink eye right now. See the cold eye? Yeah, she just gave me the stink eye, like, now what are you going to ask? Come on, Cutie. There you go. Well, bring back the rein, not out. Good. Let's go jog. Okay, that's the other thing I want to know. How does the horse know click from click from click to go? So I don't know either, but I watch you do exactly what you were doing when you were asking for bigger walk. So I think one of my Western students tells me, you click once for trot and kiss twice for canter. I said, that's fine if you can keep track of it, but I haven't seen you keep track of it yet. Because I know the signal now, but you don't. So let's ask her to trot. Close your heels, tell her trot. Trot, trot. Mean it. Get you. Poke her with your left foot like you're going to kill her. Good. Good, good. Remember when the cowboy neck reins, he doesn't pull on the mouth. He literally neck reins. I've taught many horses to neck rein. I do it with an English snaffle. I take the reins over the head, cross them in front of the neck, and put it back on. So when I touch his neck on the right side, it pulls on the left ring, and they learn it really fast. But again, it's a minute touch. Because if you pull on the rein, it puts the horse head in the other foot. There you go. Okay, so she'll go along like this pretty nicely. Good. Well, that's what I want to see. I like to see the base we're starting with. She does do the chest or sit in the butt. Make sure your butt and your thighs are soft, that they'll jiggle a little so she can move her body. If you grip with your thighs and your knees, it says stop, and she probably will. So let your legs be soft. Soft in the butt cheeks, soft in the thighs. Good girl. Now you got fingers stuck out again. And she says, what about that is a good connection? She's right. So they're looking for a connection from your hand that they can trust and they can understand. If the hand's open, they're like, okay, nobody home up there. Remember to bring that outside rein back as well as out. Good. Trot, trot. So I'd like you just to pick a gear and do it. And I assume you always sit? Okay. Keep going. Trot, trot.
I don't know what to do with my outside reins. I'm always
Just bring it just straight back. Your arm, see my elbow? It's a piston. It's oiled. It moves this way. When it moves this way, when I take back, it implies release. The horse goes, fine, I'll do what you want. If you just hang your rein out to air out there somewhere, they just ignore it. Cut, cut. Anything that stays in one place tends to get ignored, so you have to move a bit. Do you mostly ride her in a pen or out in the road? Okay. So she's saying this is a little bit of a pain in the ass going around the pen, as they say in Western lingo, the pen. Like Dave Arrington out there in Nebraska, he and I talk the same language exactly, but he talks about the pen, I talk about the ring. So we still speak the same language, and he's a total cowboy trainer. So let's turn around and go the other way. Keep jogging. Very good. Very good with your body English, eh? Wasn't that nice? Yeah, you turned. She said, I heard you. Very good. Didn't take much, because what you said was absolutely accurate. She's like, well, hell, I can do that. What happens if you carry a stick? What happens if you carry a whip? So why wouldn't you carry a whip then? Well, I'd get bloody sick of being stopped on. I don't have a lot of patience. I have all kinds of patience with an upset one. I don't have a lot of patience with one that says, I think I'll stop now. That's a good girl. Yeah, there you go. That's very cute. Fingers lightly curled around your... Now I even see a little finger sticking out. If she stops fast, you'll break it. The thing about having a closed fist, if she stops fast, you're not going to bust any fingers. That's a good girl. Yeah. Step a little on your left stirrup. Yeah. If you step, don't lean with your upper body, but step with your hip weight onto your stirrup. She'll follow that. It's a natural aid, and she'll go to it. Good girl. That's fine. Good girl. Very nice. Very nice. That's what I'm looking for. Your rein is just slack. You can catch her if you need to, but she's free to go. Your hands are quiet. You're not fussing at her. And she's like, all right, damn you, I'll do it. Good girlie. Come. Remember, it's out and back, not a back and out, not just out on your outside rein. And you made a quick aid. She heard you, but remarkably, because your aid was so quick, she didn't really have time to hear it. You got to hold a moment till she gives, and then you give. But you got to keep the aid long enough for her to think you didn't just lose your balance. That's it. Good. She's going more forward. Yeah, come on. Come on. Come on. So she's typical quarter horse Western horse. She doesn't have she doesn't boing. She has a long flat stride. And she's not going to give us a boing. Chester did, in his younger days, give us a boingy trot. But that's not what he was bred for. He was bred to stand still and look pretty. Good girl. Come on. Come. Get. Good girl. Well, because we talk with our hands, we act with our hands, we drive, where hands are all over the place with the steering wheel. To keep it quiet enough for the horse is an issue. But that's why it takes practice, why some old hag has to scream at you. Come on, doll. Trot, trot.
Turns into a habit.
What's that?
I said both Jen and I had to learn how to not be up.
Oh, yeah, everybody does this. But when you get your hands here, the other thing about not flopping your hands around is their peripheral vision is relatively limited. When something gets into their peripheral vision, it's like it's attacking them. So if your hand gets out here messing around, she thinks a cougar's coming out of a tree. So we take advantage of the width of their eye and that the peripheral vision is very good. We operate in the space where they can't see. So they don't have to worry about seeing the hand coming. They have to wait for the connection. Good. Come on. So is she reasonably fit? Do you ride a lot? Okay. Okay, so she's been worked. I don't get the feeling she's getting tired. I get the feeling she's testing. 1, 2, 3. She's got that little pissy face on. That's a good girl. There you go. When the ears are moving, she's got a happy face. Good. Come on, doll. Trot, trot. You're a very good girl. Good girl. Sounds like she's slopping around in her slippers.
That's what I always call them, sleeping.
All right, let's take a walk. Don't do much. Well, Didn't need that much even, eh? Go trot again. And babe, trot, trot, or jog, whatever. Trot. Don't throw your hands around. That's why you carry a whip, so you don't have to do that. Now, just quietly sit heavy. How about that? That's what it should be like. Because when you took the reins, your eyeballs went, what? Surprised if you just sat heavy and she came back. That's a good girl. If they'd been working regularly, 3 weeks of no work isn't going to change much. Just make sure when you stayed on that right rein long enough and she heard you. You wanted to just tweak it, and she said, yeah, go ahead, tweak it, I'll ignore you. And you stayed on it long enough, and she went, oh, I heard you. So the advantage of having a stick would be that when she ignores your leg, you tap her, and she is supposed to think the leg punished her. You don't use the stick to go, you use the stick to correct for lack of answer to the leg. Otherwise, your legs swing a little bit, so she ignores them. She says, yeah, well, she's swinging her leg, but I don't care. So let's halt. Whoop, halt. Whoop, give, there. Hi, cutie. I'm just letting her stand a minute. She doesn't look particularly winded. She's all right. Good girl. She's cute. And she can walk. You don't got to grab the reins, just walk. Now. But then grab your rein and go straight. The first really fancy instructor I had, I learned to ride from a very good local riding school. And then from there, I was in 4-H and I switched to hunt seat. And the first really good international instructor I had was a fellow named Captain Litauer, who brought the forward seat to this country. He was a Russian cavalry officer. He was white Russian. And he left Russia for good reason at the time of the revolution because they didn't want his type. And he taught me for a very, very long time. He was one of the big American international trainers for forward seat riding. And he said most Americans didn't sit well enough to really be allowed to use their reins much. And he's right. So we had to ride right and learn to ride with no rein connection. We had to be able to walk, trot, canter, gallop, jump, halt, back, and go hunting on a loose rein before we were allowed to pick up our reins and get our horses on the bit and play dressage. But it really taught us to have horses that went when we said go and stopped when we said stop. We all had racetrack rejects, and then we weren't very trained. And we all rode on an egg butt snaffle and a quick stop hackamore. We had an auxiliary pair of reins for the hackamore so they couldn't run off with us. And we taught everything in the snaffle. And we got to be great riders because of it. Now, careful with that hand. It's wanting to do something. There you go. Good. There. But look at her walk now, huh? Yeah. So the hand doesn't make it go. The hand balances it. The hand steers it. The hand directs it. The hand maybe stops it. Maybe the seat stops it. But anything with the hand to make it go doesn't happen. And they kind of have, let's stop again. Ooh. Good girl. Yeah, very good. She said, who's that cutie? Good girl. I can look around my world and walk. Ah, wonderful, huh? Close your legs. She went. Because you didn't confuse it by picking up the rein. And she went, bingo, I got the aid. And she totally got it. She didn't make a face. Just marched away. That's what not being allowed to have my reins for many years did. It got rid of all my bad instincts. Where your fingers are open. Only one hand. That was good. Your right hand was shut. Yeah, most of what we do in our world, we do with our reins and our hands. We drive a car, we shift a car. We're all kind of pushy-pulley people with our arms. And we have to get rid of that and get tuned to our bodies, because the bodies are what they feel. And the reins, on the best day, are still attached to somebody's mouth. And that somebody might not like it. And I assume by the fact that you ride her in a snaffle that she's not too tough in the mouth. Well, yeah, but that was because you didn't give her a signal she got. They can all pull, and if we pull, they pull. And everybody likes a snaffle, and I think snaffle's fine. I have one horse I drive in a snaffle. But the other thing with the snaffle is that basically it's a pull situation, and if you pull enough, they just pull back. So it has to be a signal and not a pull. Kick her up with your right leg. There you go. A little more right leg. Get you. Kick it. Keep the hand quiet. The right hand just came up in the air. There you go. And the only reason it caught my eye is because her eyeball rolled and her ear went back. So I could see her going, what do you want now? Well, I don't feel too sorry for her. She didn't have a tough job. She's fat and slick and shiny.
So mine. It's on my leg. I shouldn't.
Well, no, you could take your left hand and haul her out to the rail. You give her a little bitty signal. Take a hold and haul her out to the rail. Pull. Yeah, there you go. She heard you, didn't she? Before she thought you was waving your hand. Back and over. Yeah, the back and pull, because then it connects. Otherwise, I don't know how she knows an aid from a hand flying around, because she doesn't. But let's go back to jog. Trot, trot. Now. Now. That's why you need a stick. By the time you swing the end of your range, she goes, I already saw that coming. There you go. Good girl. Now, come on, come on, come on. Keep going. She's real slick at getting out of the trot.
Yes, she is.
She can go from trot to nothing in 2 steps. And not even jiggle you. Keep your fingers curled. I don't know how people ride with a rope in their hand, but I don't care what you use for reins. It doesn't encourage you to keep your fingers curled. Good girl. Does she like to canter? Do you like to canter? Okay, let's canter. She looked like she wanted to, that's why I asked. Oh, good. Well, that was 3 steps. Good girl. Quiet with that right hand. And don't pull on her if you want her to keep cantering. The hands quiet. She wants you to keep your hands together so she trusts you. She's got a perfectly good canter. She needs to keep going. Good girl. Keep going. If she's dumb enough to make a little bitty circle, that's fine. Keep cantering. There you go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. She's figuring you're not going to keep her going. Did you notice when you made her keep going, she started to make her circle bigger? They cut in to get out of it. You don't let them quit. They're like, oh, I better make a bigger circle. This is too hard. Good job. Now she may walk. Just sit down. Close your legs. Very good. Change direction. You sat down, closed your legs. Said, I heard you. I'm just kind of checking her buttons. They work. Yeah, lessons help. Kathy's dressed for the weather. Chilly.
Vamos.
The pack of the sleeping cats.
Yeah.
Well, they are just cats. Yes, they did sleep on them. At least those seats are even with the blanket. Really comfortable springs. It's nice having a place for the peanut gallery to sit. That's pretty straight, huh? Good. So, when you stopped messing with her and just made her keep going, notice the circle got bigger and nicer and easier to ride. So it's really about going. And she kind of was like, ah, crap, I give, I'll go. That leg is coming down. It's not as good as the others, but it's coming down. And how about it stop at the door? That didn't work either, did it? You have to give her credit for being creative. There's many ways of saying, oh, let me take a shortcut here, let me take a shortcut. Let's have a canter. Or a lope, or whatever you call it in your world. Yep. How do you start it? Way too complicated for me. I can't think of that many things at once. Kick her with your right leg. Just kick her and use your right leg. I don't care what lead you've got. Just keep it going. All you do to canter is put your outside leg back and use it. Unless you're Jade and I'm trying to make it some funny trick, and I'll tell you go for it. Just the outside leg. Go on. Yeah, she doesn't like left lead. I think she... Woo! Have you seen that before, Kathy? Yeah. I don't think she's as comfy left lead because of that right leg, but I think she needs to work on trying to do it.
Well, the snipper's off.
Oh.
What's off?
Her slipper.
Whoops.
Oh, her slipper's off. Yeah, you won't cantaloupe when you flip her off. She does have short little feet. She probably doesn't enjoy going with her slipper banging around.
No, that probably isn't. Kathy,
I
I'm
like-
gonna take my glasses off. They're fogging out.
I like that particular brand of slipper.
Right for you, or just leave them off. Can you sit it down?
Yeah.
Okay.
She can find the walls.
Yeah.
She has kind of a pretty good clue where the horse is. You're a good girl. She says, yeah, and you're a pain in the ass. She's a cutie. Well, the bad habits are all instinct. You have the other Kathy here who sits perfectly. But it took her many years to learn that. This one.
Yeah, right. Not
This one. Kathy Gibbs. She sits beautifully. But she didn't start life like that. She's had to learn it. And then just sit quietly when you get there. Just sit a minute and wait. Quiet yourself down. That's good. It's always good to get on and say to yourself, just slow down. Sit quietly. And the horse has no desire to go anywhere because there's not something squirming around on top of it. I like a horse you can get on, fix your makeup, make a phone call, do whatever you want to do. This is our pleasure. There's no rush. We don't have time to have to meet. Even if I have a time that I really got to cram a lot in a small space, still make a point of backing off, not being in a hurry.
You're gonna have cameras now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna tighten up the cinch just.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. She stood there very trustingly. She wasn't whining. I think somebody schooled this little horse nicely. She does know.
Yeah, Marcy,
Yeah.
Marcy's quick right there.
Oh well. She's a long ways from the teenagers. She looks like she understands. If she doesn't understand, it's because she says, well, that wasn't clear enough for Her Highness.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Like
Oh, like
Mary.
a royal horse.
That's what she says to you. She says, that's fine, but I don't do 6 aids at once. You can at a more advanced level combine a number of aids to start canter, but when people start a recitative of how you start canter, I'm like, no, stop. Get rid of half that thought. Because they don't want to have to process a lot of aids at once. Good girl, you may go. Good girl, walk up. She's so clever. She swings her butt away from us. You're looking at life from Marcy's point of view.
It looks pretty good, actually.
Maybe you need glasses.
I can read better without.
Maybe we'll get the rainy day done today.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
I got a lot of people coming off.
Oh.
Nice and doing
Iowa
out.
State.
A ball game in the rain isn't my day a good time.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, it is an outdoor thing.
And a lot of
coming
people
back.
outside is a lot. See you later.
All right.
A lot of people outside is a lot better than a lot of people inside. If you get too hot, you can take your jacket off. If you're happy being hot, I like being hot, so I'm happy being hot. That's why I keep adding layers. I get to Florida every year, and it takes me 2 weeks to get out of my turtlenecks. I'm used to wearing clothes. I live in Vermont, which is the backside of the moon. And when I fly into Boston, I always take a bus home. Bus going to Hanover, New Hampshire, which is also the backside of the moon. And you can always tell people are going on that bus because we're the ones with all the clothes on. The people in the short shorts and the tank tops, probably not going where we're going. And yesterday, coming out of Atlanta, I could tell all the ones that were coming here because they all looked the same.
Ah,
Everybody's in t-shirts and slacks, and again, not looking like us, but all looking alike. We always look like we're headed for the North Pole. All right, doll, walk on. That's it. Good girl. So you've had this pony a long time. That's good. You must have a good gig with it. Yeah, that's wonderful. So do you come out and ride with these two? Good.
She's got other friends.
See what?
She has other
Yeah,
friends.
I like it when people enjoy using their horses together.
yeah.
My husband and I are both professionals. He trains, I teach. We almost never drive together because we have hot competition horses that don't want to be together. I have my best girlfriend drives for both of us, but our horses don't do well together because they're too hot. Yep, she ignored you, but yeah, I saw it. All right, let's try canter again. Not too much left hand up there in the air. You had the right idea, it comes from your right leg, but the left hand up in the air, you can lift straight up in your tummy and they won't see it, but you go out there and they say, go on, kick with your right leg. Very good. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. It is rough because it's hard for her. This is why I have 30... No, she's on the correct lead, but it's hard for her. This is why I have 30-year-olds that ride for me, because I don't care what happens to them. Obviously, I don't want to kill them, but I don't run rattling their bodies apart. But she needs a lot of practice on this lead. But it's getting better as you go. Good girl. Just keep going. If you don't let her quit, she'll find an easier track. Good. I am changing leads on you. That feels worse when she's on the right lead, doesn't it? There you go. Good, she fixed herself.
She did.
Very nice. Go on, go on. Well, you just make her keep going, and she's like, well, crap, I got to get it, because I can't go like that. Good girl. Let her walk. Close your legs, sit deep, don't pull, don't pull. Squeeze hard. Thank you, good. She heard you, huh? Tell her she good. Yeah, so when you made the canter keep happening, she switched back to left by herself and said, I better get organized because this ain't working for me. Very good. But she needs a lot of practice on the left because I'm sure something happened to that right hind leg once upon a time in her life. And it's got a tightness in it. Like both Kathy and Jan have horses that have their opinions about leads. And one always has, and the other one's had some problem with his hind legs. But they can get it. They do get it. A lot of her is keeping her going forward, and she's got a little butt that's really muscly. And so I think it gets tight. And she has to be reminded, she sits on it really well, she uses it really well. She has to be reminded to keep going. And she's kind of like, well, and a lot of people don't ride forward.
Yeah.
Makes me crazy. But a lot of people don't go forward.
Forward, forward, forward.
Yeah, that's usually the answer. Move, doggone you. Move, doggone you. That's good. And actually, your cluck is getting better. That time she reacted. And for me, as a teacher, it's all about reaction. I speak, you better go. And don't nag it, but say, get out of here. Good girl. I'm letting her catch her breath a little bit. I don't think she's done a whole lot of canter recently. And she said, canter how many times around? Yeah. But she did it. That's very good. You should be very proud of her. The nice thing is the muscling on her rear end is quite even. It's a tiny bit bulkier on the left because I think it does most of the work. But it's pretty close to even. So she's not a complete cheater. And when she wants to cut in, try just scooching her forward. And be a little bit rude about it, like, get, damn you. That's it. Oh, she says, I better shut up and go. That was well done. And you know, she didn't argue, she got on with it. Because the going sideways is first cousin to not going forward. Yeah, it's a very handy evasion. It works beautifully. Because the little monkey can bend both ways and say no in both directions. And when she does, you're kind of stuck. That's it. Good. Very good. So I'm letting her catch her breath, but doesn't mean I'm letting her have a vacation. And she's a little bit talking with herself about that. So she must legally be a paint? Is she?
Well, she's a great mare. I call her a pinto. But...
Okay. Yeah, technically it's not a paint unless it has a thoroughbred or quarter horse parent.
Yeah.
But she's certainly quarter horse type. But
I couldn't find anything out about her
yeah,
heritage.
you know, Pinto is anything with spots.
Yeah.
I teach a whole pack of Pintos, 5 of them, and they're all by the same stallion, who is 7/8 Morgan, and 1/8 old square Pinto part draft. But it was a really strong Pinto, and it comes out over and over and over again. It's fabulous. They're bay Pinto, black Pinto, one's a gray Pinto. They're all Pintos. They're all registered Pinto. he put color on every one of them.
Drive or ride?
Most of them ride and some of them drive. It's a group riding. It's fascinating. 5 of them going on out there, all Pinto, and all working together. And one is out of a very good Morgan mare. She's black with white legs and some dribbles. One is out of a Hungarian mare from Anselmo, Nebraska. He's the classic. Big brown spots, big white areas, big brown spots. And then there's a black and white one that's out of a paint mare, really nice spotted paint mare, by the same old stallion. And he's the same big black and white spots. But he has little areas, like up the ribs on the left side of these 3, 4 kind of fuzzy looking dots that look like where you unbutton him and take your clothes off. And then the last one is out of a black Arab mare, and she's pony, but again, the perfect array of spots for a normal Pinto. And she's dark bay, and no, she's black and white. So there's black and white, black and white, black and white, and 2 bays. And they're really fascinating to watch and work because they're all really good workers. All right, let's go back to trot. Hey, she heard you, didn't she? I love it. When you get up to the other end, let's come weave down through this line of cones. So turn in the middle of the end. Look where you're going. Come weave down through the line of cones. So you go in and out and in and out. Keep the trot. Good, good. I think she's getting your forward message. You come down here and you go back to going left again. Good girl, trot, trot. I think she's happy without her slippers, too. There you go. I'm not a barefoot person, so you're talking to the wrong person about feet, but where I live, you don't go barefoot. And even the ones that live in their boots, that always work in their boots, still have foot problems eventually from lack of support. There you go. But where I live from, we run around on a lot of hard roads. Good. Turn your body where you want to go. She hears you, doesn't she? Turn your shoulders. Ah! Very good. Turn your shoulders. Yeah, you don't really even need your reins. She says, I got you, fool. Turn your shoulders, turn your head. Good. Turn your shoulders, turn your head. Ah. And you can't see because you turn your head, but I'm seeing her ears talk back and forth. You know what, Sprinkle? The place is full. She's a little dang.
Now, Jan, why don't you just
Low
go
rent
where she
tomcats.
sits? Come on, kitty, kitty. Come on, oh, here. Yeah, they're all. They all want.
Oh, she loves it, doesn't she? And you don't need to be in her mouth because she feels you. Good, let's go take her another walk. That was nice. Oh, good. And you wanted to walk, you said stop with your butt, didn't you? She said, I heard you. That was super. And it's because we live in such, we live in a manual world. We run machinery, we drive cars, everything we do is about our hands. And the horse is like, could you quit that? Over you go, babe. Good job. I don't care if you say come on, but don't talk too much. Only because if you talk too much, they're like husbands, they go deaf. I think husbands have selective hearing anyway. They're geared not to hear us. Probably a defense mechanism. Good girl. The walk is better, eh? Well, she kind of, she's been going around here quite a while, and she's actually still getting better. She's more into it. Oh yeah, yep. If you quit riding, and you can't hump her and pump her, but you have to quit. Just keep thinking, chop, chop, chop. The really good riders that I know are people that are kind of go-get-it people. And they like my favorite student is a 29-year-old guy, cute guy. I'm sure he's gay, but he's cute as a button. He doesn't know he's gay, and he's just such an electric personality. They all go for him. They all love him because he just vibrates, and they go and he rides West, and he rides English, he drives, he hunts, he's pleasure, he does everything. And they all go for him because he's an electric personality. All right, let's go back to trot. Now, kick. Ask nicely once. One of my favorite Austrian dressage instructors used to say, whisper with the leg, talk with the leg, and then attack. And the old Dutchman that I had for my first real dressage instructor used to say, attack, attack. What are you, stupid? He's deaf. You've been talking to him too long. Attack. So you ask, you kick, and then you say, I'm going to kill you. Good girl. So up the long side, let's see if we can go with a longer trot. So from H to K up this side. Let's go faster. Trot, trot. Come on. Right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg, right, left, right, left. And then slow down without walking. Good. Keep jogging. She can get in and out jog in a hurry. Good girl. She's glad you're off her face, isn't she? She loves it. So now let's go from F to M faster. Trot, 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 trot. You can cluck at her. Trot, no, no. Trot, 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 trot. And then slow trot. Even if she doesn't go faster, trot, make her go slower. But not walk. That means you have to be very organized, eh? Yeah, it's very, very subtle. A lot of you have to, and trot, trot more. Try posting. Do you know how to post? You can't post? Okay.
That might be a lease or something.
Yeah. Because if you go posting, she'll get it. It's harder because when you say go, she doesn't really know the difference. That's all right. This one, it's actually fast on the long side and slow on the end. You forgot to slow down. Now we're going to go slow. So close your legs and slow. There. Feel her get slow? She got slow by sitting. That's what you close your leg and she sat. Good. Yeah, your calf. Close your thigh, she'll stop. That's all right. She said you don't need those damn things anyway. And slow. Yep. There. Well, you might be starting to get tired. Eventually your brain gets tired. At least mine does. And go faster. Go, go. No, 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 doll. There you go. Good girl. You can tell she's getting a little aggravated with it because she's starting to cut in again. You're getting tight. Yeah, why don't you take a walk? I think you're both getting beyond. You've done an hour anyway.
Yeah.
You started right away because we stopped a little early with Jedi.
She can't run.
That's a lot of thinking and a lot of inputs. But you got a lot done.
Yeah, good lesson, Robin.
It was a nice lesson. And I think she got it. That's my point. Well, it's always us. It's always us. Even my 30-year-old angels that ride for me, they're wonderful. They're fabulous, but I'm always having to even help correct them. They're little